trailer load. I've got a trailer load of mill ends which we use for firewood, or we buy for firewood. But the moment I got them, I took one look at them and thought, hell, this is really good wood. I noticed that each piece has been docked off because it contains a flaw, a bit of sap or something on it. So that's probably why they don't use them in furniture. However, I keep using this phrase, features, not flaws. So I think I'll be using a lot of this to see what I can do with this stuff. So that it's so perfect. So I'm not assuming that you're going to have access to something like this, but I think the ideas that I have might work for almost any kind of material. So I'm looking at what I can do with these pieces of wood, and I had an idea. In recent times I've become very fond of my glue gun, and that's because at a recent ladies power carving day, that was back in the olden days, a couple of weeks ago when people were allowed to move around, I advised these women who are making bowls to just glue a piece of wood to the base of the bowl with a hot melt gun, and then we would simply knock that piece of wood off afterwards, or carve it off. In actual fact, we had to carve it off because it was very difficult to knock that piece of wood off, and they were just using hot melt. And so I've got all these blocks of wood, so I'm just going to try a couple of little things with it first. I might just try gluing one here. And there's plenty of glue. I'll put it on the edge. You've got a few seconds to get it right, and then you push it down. It's still hot on the outside here. Shush all that off. It's very easy to clean up. Now, that join is so strong, it's actually already, I mean, it really should wait a bit longer, but it just is so strong, I just couldn't believe it. So to get that off, I'd have to hit it with a hammer, and even then it can take a bit of doing. I did one just earlier, and the wood broke. The glue came apart in most of it. For about a third of it, the wood actually tore out, so the glue was stronger than the wood. So it's really quite incredible. I don't know if that's hard enough yet. Yes, it is, and it physically you couldn't break that. So I'm thinking, all right, that's a good quick way to do it. I mean, again, it's not nice joinery and it fills gaps, so it doesn't matter. But it might be good to make a couple of things, and I'm thinking with this sort of wood, there's something that I would like to make, and that is some little birdhouses. We live out here in the country, and habitat is going all the time. And the other thing is a bat house. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but a friend of mine, John Miller, has a house with all these little bats go into it, and you really just have an opening down the bottom, and they all come in to there. So I might make a couple of a bird house and a bat house. Okay, I've got my bits of wood now, so I'm first of all going to try and make a little hot glue gun. I'm going to try and make a little birdhouse with these pieces of wood. So basically I've stacked them up. I'll put one piece here, I'll glue one piece there, one piece there, and then that on the front, so that I've got a little cavity in there. And then on the front, then I'll drill a hole so big. I'll put a stick in here, and we'll cut through the thing into like so, and I'll put a roof on it. So really all I'm going to use is the glue gun and the saw. I'll bandsaw this, but you could do it with a handsaw. So you shouldn't need many tools at all to do this. So let's see how it goes. So to do it easy, I'll do it on the side. So this will be the base. This will be the back. So I guess that will be the other side, and that'll be the front. Okay, so I'll do the bottom first. This is a Bostik glue gun, which is much bigger than the little ones, but you can use the little ones as well. I found they're just as good. just you don't get as much glue. Just push that down and hold it. That's already solid. What's that? A bit of glue from before. Actually, that's a bit of fiberglass left over from another job. Anyhow. So, now I'll do along this surface. Sorry if you can't see. Get that right. Yep. There we go. Now the side on top here. Oh, I was going to put that in first, but it's not too late. I meant to put this one in first. Oh well, let's see what we can do about that. Because once these things are good, they're pretty strong. My glue gun. I might just add to the strength by sealing it. Don't want the birds to get any weather coming in. Now, I really did muck that up. I'm sorry. Can I get that in time? You know what? I'm going to take the top off because I mucked this up, and I'll see if I can get this off. Not easily. You can see how strong it is, all right? Now here, just to show you, that's the wood is broken away rather than the glue. So it just shows you how strong this method is. So I'll clean that up, if I can. Maybe I'll just use another piece. Okay, so I'll put the front on there first, and then I'll glue the top on. I think that's the right way to go. Well, that looks a bit lower than that one. Yeah, that's a better fit. So that'll be the front. Might be easier if I put it on the end here. That's good. Now, this one on here. Right, there's our basic birdhouse. Now, I'll put a hole about here, I guess. Stick underneath it, and across here will be the roof. It just so happens that the piece that I've cut off is just the right length for the roof, so I thought I was going to have to do that separately, but it looks like it can be the same pieces. This one's a bit longer, but I'll cut it to the same length. That's cool. So I'll just break these off if I can. Not easily, I'll have to use a hammer. one side and this one will be the other. I'll have to break that apart and make it the same length. I'll cut that the same. Actually, I just realised I'm going to get two little houses out of this. Ha! So, 2 houses from one. Clean that up with a chisel. That'll be the roof. How cool is that? Here it is, ready to put the roof on, and quite unexpectedly I ended up with another little house that I can do here. So I'm going to get 2 houses for the price of one. So where's the roof part? Over here. So now I'm going to glue these on here. Not a perfect fit, but good enough. Good enough for the birds around here anyway. So I'll glue that on there and we go. Not perfect, but good enough. I'll be filling that later with the glue. So see if I can get this on quick enough. So I've filled any gaps, and you know, if there's a bit wider gap, well, it's all filled with glue now, so it should be pretty strong. You saw how hard it is to break it, even if I hit it with a hammer. It's quite amazing. Now I'll drill the hole in there. I actually didn't put this side down properly, so this one's a bit short, but I don't think the birds will care. I'll drill the hole now and put a dowel in, and that'll be it. Well, unfortunately, my hole saw is not quite deep enough to go all the way through. It's very close, so what I'll do is I'll use an 8mm drill to stitch around the edges, and I need an 8mm drill anyway for the dowel, for the stick, for the perch, I should say. Look at that. Must have been so close anyway. Oh, how am I going to get it out of there? Well, there's the dilemma. I'll have to get the pliers to get it out. A bit tricky getting it out of here, but I managed to do it. In hindsight, wonderful thing hindsight, I probably should have put the base on last, and then I wouldn't have had this trouble. So there we go. Looking good. So now cut a dowel to go in here, and we're there, I think. So not that long. What do you think? And for oil, I'll just put on it some decking oil, which I find is great for things which I put outside. So I might just oil that now, and it'll be ready to go. So here we go. Decking oil, suitable for decks, fences, and birdhouses. So let's give that a go. Goes on much easier than paint, and it's got a solar inhibitor in it, so I'll make this into another one as well. Well, there it is, a little birdhouse made from firewood, mill ends. You can do it with almost any kind of wood. No joinery. Again, this isn't, cabinetry or anything like that. This is just using what you've got to make stuff. And I'm really intrigued by this hot melt glue and how strong it is and good enough for this sort of thing. So there it is, a little birdhouse. Excellent. And there it is, little birdhouse. What do you think? I'm just cleaning off the excess glue because there was a bit of miss of me leaving it on, and when the light on it, it highlighted it. So I'm just taking a bit off, so that looks a lot better. Anyhow, I think the birds are going to like it.